This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Don Brennan along with John Scalzi this morning. Happy Halloween, and thank you for joining us. And John, well, the Indians did not clinch the World Series last night, but they'll bring it back to Cleveland for a chance. For
back and forth, back and forth,
yes.
back and forth.
Yes,
yeah,
indeed.
it's a good series.
It is, and that's what you ask for. If you're not a fan of either team, or
even if you are,
well, that's true.
Nail biter, right?
That's true too.
Yeah,
yes,
good stuff.
Yeah.
Of course, big Halloweening day. Obviously everything going on tonight.
Yeah, lots going on today. Party.
Also, is it the official start of holiday shopping season? I don't know.
Yeah,
probably
I think that
right?
started in August.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Looks pretty good for the kids tonight. I will say that there probably won't be much of a moon tonight, so do be careful. It's going to be dark. Streets will be dark, and so just a little extra measure of caution watching for those youngsters out there. We're looking at some pretty decent weather, though. Should be dry throughout the afternoon. We'll look for a dry evening as well. A little bit breezy, perhaps. I think the most notable thing about today is going to be the heat. It will be warm, 89 degrees yesterday, and it will probably be close to that again today. Thankfully, though, the relative humidity will be relatively low, so that's that'll help out, I think, even if the temperatures won't cooperate. At least the moisture will. We'll have the complete forecast for you coming up in just a few.
Thank you, John. Taking a look at traffic, there is one big note to take note of. The Florida Highway Patrol currently investigating a fatal hit-and-run traffic crash on State Road 64 in Manatee County. It's just west of the Hardy County line. Both lanes of State Road 64 are currently closed. The following is the designated detour route. You should go eastbound State Road 64, south to Duet Road north to State Road 62, and then take State Road 62 east for Green Honor Road and Fort Green Honor Road south to State Road 64 westbound. Now, do be aware that, like we said, both lanes of State Road 64 just outside of the Hardy County line are closed. And topping our news this morning, 2 boaters are lucky to be alive after their commercial fishing boat was stranded this weekend miles off of Anna Maria Island. ABC 7's Rick Adams has that story.
This is the boat that was in trouble deep in the Gulf of Mexico. The 40-foot boat had 2 commercial fishermen on board who are also veterans. The U.S. Coast Guard in Cortez received an unreadable Mayday call around 3:30 Saturday morning. Charles Richter with the U.S. Coast Guard and 3 other crew members came to the rescue.
My crew performed phenomenally on multiple different casualties that we had during that tow on the disabled vessel. They just did great. I can't say enough about them.
This is the U.S. Coast Guard vessel that had rescued the boaters. Now, a very important part of that rescue is this tow reel, which had towed the boat and the boaters back to safety. The U.S. Coast Guard says the boat's engine and pumps had failed. The boaters were also battling 5-foot waves, with the boat taking in lots of water.
There's no injuries reported. They were pretty nervous about their situation. But they held it together pretty well so that we could communicate with them and get them to where they needed to be.
Tan is a commercial fisherman and owner of the boat Liberty Bell. It's something he's been doing for 37 years. He says even for an experienced boater like himself, the waters have been a little rough lately.
The past week it's been 8 to 11 foot out there, it's pretty hard to fish in that kind of weather, we try to, but it don't sometimes work out the best. A lot of stuff gets tore up.
One of the boaters who was rescued didn't want to come on camera, but says he is very grateful for U.S. Coast Guard crew members who saved his life. I'm Rick Adams, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Rick. Unfortunately, the Coast Guard has stated incidents like this have been occurring more often, this being their 10th boat rescue this month alone. Now, rescues are not the only troubling water issues concerning the area, as Florida and Georgia now fighting over the supply of their water in their shared watershed, taking the matter to court. The final judgment could affect millions of people and major industries in both states. The dispute focuses on the ACF River Basin, which drains nearly 20,000 square miles in Georgia and the Florida Panhandle. Now, Georgia is expected to argue that limiting its water use will harm the economy. Florida has argued that Georgia farmers use too much water, hurting the oyster industry downstream. And new this morning, Sarasota County has released a report on recent pollution in the county. They say approximately 300 gallons of wastewater made its way out of manholes at the Sarasota Life Station yesterday, right around 7:30 in the morning. This is due to a bad power float there. The county does say the spill only affected the surrounding ground and stresses there is no potential risk to public health, stating corrective action was taken once the spill occurred, which included replacing, and now they fixed it, replacing the float that broke, and they cleaned the area up. The sewage did not reach any water body of stormwater systems. Though the pollution is not spreading, parents in Sarasota are worried that a school virus is. Some parents on the Suncoast are concerned after they say their child's school did not inform them about a contagious condition that may be spreading from student to student. 2 children at Lakeview Elementary School are recovering from hand, foot, and mouth disease, and the virus spreads easily through coughing and sneezing, which is why it's often a problem in schools and daycares. Parents of students at the school say they didn't receive any form of notification regarding the spread of this illness.
I don't think that, keeping the parents uninformed about such a serious, disease or infection is probably wise.
The school's health room says it sent an email to Lakeview staff, but not parents. The Sarasota County School District says that's because the Florida Department of Health does not require schools to notify parents if students have the virus. And keeping our eyes forward to the future of the Suncoast, the lack of affordable housing in our area is a popular topic in both Sarasota and Manatee counties. Bradenton City Councilman Patrick Roth is leading the successful movement to clean up and refurbish the historic Wares Creek neighborhood. He says you don't need to build new homes to create more affordable housing in Bradenton. Looking ahead 20 years, he believes the best path to success is to remodel houses in old rundown neighborhoods, clean up those neighborhoods and make them desirable places to live.
What I want to do is take this movement further south. We have the Ballard Park neighborhood, which is just across the bridge. We have a big, the city's got a project there where we're able to acquire a failed condominium project. So we're going to do some infill housing and create a park.
He says he knows of about 2,000 homes that have potential, and he thinks the movement should keep shifting so the homes can be reclaimed and saved. Still looking ahead, Northport, the largest city in Sarasota County, and its mayor expect to grow exponentially over the next 20 years. Mayor Jacqueline Moore expects the population to triple between now and 2037. Right now, she's busy planning ahead for that growth, and she strives to keep the small town feel within the city as it grows.
I think it is absolutely attainable, and I'm very proud of Northport for its openness to new ways of thinking and new ways of doing things. We're a little unique in that way in some areas, as every city wants to feel they're unique. And so it'll be an ongoing opportunity that I think is absolutely attainable.
Mayor Moore dreams of the Atlanta Braves bringing spring training to Northport as well. She thinks it would be great for the local economy, bringing tourism and recreation dollars. In the meantime, some parents in Florida are taking an extra step in ensuring their families are safe this Halloween season. There have been numerous scary clown sightings in Brevard County. One mother in Palm Bay says she plans to carry a gun while taking her sons out trick-or-treating on Monday. Well, that'd be today. Another mother says she will carry a baseball bat while out for Halloween. Police in Palm Bay and Melbourne say they're worried widespread clown fears could endanger someone dressing as a clown. Some parents say they're not letting their children dress as clowns at all to avoid problems. And luckily, there weren't any creepy clown sightings at this weekend's Spooktacular at Selby Gardens. It was an event filled with fun activities that aren't too scary for children, with educational activities like seed planting and some more frightening options for older children, like the Mad Scientist Experiment Center. The event allowed kids to dress up before the official start of Halloween.
It's wonderful. We just moved here from California, and so we're looking to get into the community, and it's been a great day so far.
Yeah, it's great. There's a lot of kid activities to do and good music, and so it's a good family fun.
Now, Selby is known for always being in the holiday spirit. Its annual Lights in Bloom begins on December 16th. So yes, John, I see you're dressed up as a meteorologist.
I am actually. Yes. You could never have guessed it, could
Never.
you? Exactly.
I was trying to figure out all morning, what is John dressed as?
I used to have a nice spooky tie. but I think during one of the closet renovations, it got
Your wife said,
renovated. Yeah, exactly.
"Ixnay on the
I
outside
think
there."
so. I think so. Couldn't find that tie this morning. Anyway, we have some very pleasant weather for you today. It's going to be a little on the warm side, but all in all, it'll be spectacular. Love the music.
Yes, awesome. Plenty of options for Halloween are happening tonight. The Siesta Key Village Association will host its 32nd annual Safe Treats event. Plus, there is a children's costume Halloween parade in Venice. And let's not forget Fright Night at St. Armand's. We'll tell you all the details coming up. And also coming up in the hour, the latest from the campaign trail leading up to the election on November 8th. We'll tell you what's happening.
Are you considering joint replacement or revision surgery? Consider this. Dr. Edward Stolarski has performed thousands of successful joint replacement procedures and trained surgeons from all over the world. Using advanced technologies, Dr. Stolarski is able to perform some of the most complex surgeries.
I wish I knew about Dr. Stolarski much sooner.
After the surgery, I don't have any pain. It's like I've got a 16-year-old hip.
My name's Ed Stolarski. What I really do is I give people back their life.
Schedule a consultation today.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Enjoy fine wine, craft beer, and delicious foods, all while supporting a great cause at the 15th Annual Suncoast Food and Wine Festival, Saturday, November 12th from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Sarasota Polo Club. Taste hundreds of wines from around the world and sample cuisine from the area's finest restaurants. Watch live cooking demonstrations from local chefs and take part in a silent auction to bid on creative prize packages that will delight any foodie or wine connoisseur. The event will feature live music by Kettle of Fish. There's free parking, and all proceeds benefit a variety of local charities and Rotary Club projects. Don't miss this year's Suncoast Food and Wine Festival, Saturday, November 12th from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Sarasota Polo Club. For tickets and information, visit suncoastfoodandwinefest.com.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
So we're starting off the morning on the warm side at 69 degrees. Dew point is at 64. We have a northeast wind at about 7. So I think this evening, as we start to cool things off after a very, very warm day, that number, the dew point value, is what will make the evening pleasant enough. I think the humidity will be relatively low, and so consequently, even though the temperatures might be a bit warm, the combination between the lower relative humidity and the continuing breezy conditions will help to keep us cool this evening if you're going to be out of doors. 65 degrees, Wauchula, 67 in Arcadia, 66 Parrish, Bradenton, Lakewood Ranch, Myakka, 68 in Northport, 69s in Venice and in Inglewood, and then closer to the coast at Longboat Key, you've got 70 degrees there. A little bit of cloud cover during the overnight, but all in all, we're going to be looking for a lot of sunshine across the region today. You can see lots of blue patches out here, that indicating clear skies aloft, and so I think we'll have a very pretty day today. The only thing is, with a big ridge of high pressure building in, it'll be a warm day, but rain-free. You can see across the entire peninsula, really, there's not a whole lot of showery activity, except in the very southern tip of the state. We still have this kind of, overriding cloud cover kind of pattern. High, thin clouds is what you can expect again this afternoon, but not nearly as thick as they were on Friday. High pressure, the dominant weather feature for us, remains anchored across the deep south. A frontal boundary will attempt to make it southward, but not be able to. It'll basically be shunted off toward the east and fall apart over the deep south. And then later in the week, another frontal boundary, now back to the west, will advance and get closer to us, eventually working its way through here on probably either Friday or Saturday, Friday night, Saturday morning, something like that kind of time frame, moving through central Florida. Winds continue for us to be out of the northeast. I mean, we might as well just rewrite fall in terms of wind direction. It's northeast and has been consistently for weeks now, it seems. That'll be again today the case, and that's good. I mean, that'll keep the humidity low enough, I think. Lots of sunshine around, warmer than average, dry skies. That takes us really through the entire week, that same sort of situation. High pressure building in across the region, keeping us dry, toasty, with only a few scattered showers along the other coast possible. Beach and boating forecast calls for that northeast wind at about 15 knots to bring you a moderate chop on bay and inland waters. And your spooktacular forecast calls for trick-or-treating weather that'll be pretty decent, I think, as temperatures by 7 p.m. fall down to around 82 degrees with low relative humidity and breezy conditions. Just remember that the moon will be pretty close to a new moon, so there won't be much moonlight to illuminate roadways. Just use a little extra caution out there. And as we look at the week ahead, a front comes through over the weekend and kind of cools us down a little bit. Don't forget, the clocks go back when you go to bed Saturday night. We like that, right, Don?
Yes, indeed. An extra hour's sleep. Taking a look at Suncoast roadways, a lot of people better wake up early because there is a fatal accident on State Road 64. It's out near the Hardy line, so be aware of that. You will need to detour because both directions are blocked on State Road 64 out by Owner Road. So be aware that you'll need a little extra time this morning. Otherwise, Manatee County is looking good, and Sarasota County too. Traffic is flowing nicely at this point in the morning. Getting ready for some spooky fun this Halloween night. From Fright Night to Safe Treats, there is all kinds of frightening fun going on across the Suncoast tonight. In Venice, a ghoulish parade is making its way across the streets downtown as kids, parents, and friendly ghosts are inviting you to join in for the fun. Gathering at Centennial Park's gazebo starting at 4 o'clock. From there, the parade will start behind Old Betsy's fire truck at 4:30 with candy and treats for participants all along West Venice Avenue. It should be a lot of fun. For some spookier thrills in Sarasota, Fright Night at St. Armand's Circle starts at 6. This year, there will be a performance by the Sarasota High Drama Department taking on the popular thriller theme. Event planners say the night is aimed at the young as well as the young at heart, and that all of us can enjoy the festivities, perhaps bump into a statue or two dressed as Halloween spirits. And not all the festivities in the area are lurking in the dark, as Port Charlotte has a bunch of your favorite stories or stores. They're getting scary for tonight's Malloween. The indoor event starts at 5 o'clock at the Port Charlotte Town Center Mall, where more than 100 retailers are ready for Halloween. Stores will be handing out candy during their sweet stroll, and trick-or-treaters can even get their faces painted. The event will also host live entertainment and a costume contest for all the junior Jedis, superheroes, princesses, and anyone else with a spectacular get-up to show off for everybody. Focusing on a safe environment this spooky time of year, the Siesta Key Safe Treats event is starting at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Even the little ones can enjoy the event, where visitors are welcome to roam around and spot orange and black balloons anywhere you see them. Now, anywhere you see the orange and black balloons marks a safe spot for kids to come and participate in some Halloween fun that's out of harm's way. In Bradenton, there are also safe environments and treats that are safe for those with food allergies at the Village of the Arts. One local business, the Alcova Massage, will be handing out 1,000 pieces of candy, plus candies set aside for anyone with dietary restrictions. These treats include gluten and nut-free choices, so all kids can enjoy the holiday regardless of their sensitivity to certain ingredients. The event starts at 5 o'clock tonight. And still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, Google adding a ghastly game, how the famous search engine in entertaining users and celebrating Halloween.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7.
It's sort of an urban legend that rears its ugly head once every 5 to 10 years. And they're definitely not clowns who are dressing up to scare people.
Creepy clowns have been appearing nationwide, and it is no laughing matter. We'll have reaction from our circus community. I'm Alan Cohn. We'll have that story plus our roundtable discussion.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, you'll always get the most for your money. More years, more miles, more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. And right now, you can lease the most award-winning small SUV on the planet. A new 2017 Subaru Forester for just $209 a month. Or get 0% financing. Complimentary maintenance included at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
They took that stress and that tension when I was particularly feeling very bad after that nasty car accident, and it was such a relief to know that I didn't have to bear that burden alone, that I had help.
Our goal is to not just get a satisfactory settlement on their case. We want them up on their feet, happy again. They've gotten their life back.
It's 5:23 on this Halloween morning. The ghosts that are running wild on Facebook today, the social networking site is experimenting with new emojis, adding them in peculiar places as well. ABC's Kenneth Gibson and Diane Macedo have the details.
In today's Tech Bites, replacing chunky solar panels with roofing tiles.
The Tesla CEO, who also heads a Solar City company, showed off the new line of shingles. There are a variety of styles he demonstrated by re-roofing 4 of the houses on the old Desperate Housewives set.
Facebook is celebrating Halloween with a new line of temporary emojis.
A laughing witch stands for haha, an irate pumpkin replacing angry, and the sad emoji is now a frowning Frankenstein. But the emojis are retroactive, so if you used the wow emoji last week, well, a ghost is now in its place. And Google is offering a new game for players to pass the time before trick-or-treating starts.
The idea is to destroy as many ghosts as possible by drawing the symbol that's hovering over the ghost's head. So if it rains, you have something else to do on Halloween.
Yeah, it just looks like they use 1980s technology to do it.
Those are your Tech Bites.
Have a great day.
Tech Bites, brought to you by Stanley Steamer.
Stanley Steamer is the first carpet cleaning service certified asthma and allergy friendly. It's our new standard of clean. Call about our $99 carpet cleaning special.
Call 1-800-STEAMER. Stanley Steamer, your certified cleaner.
When cold and flu hold you back, try TheraFlu Express Max, now in new caplets. It's the only cold and flu caplet that has a maximum strength formula with a unique warming sensation you instantly feel. TheraFlu, for a powerful comeback. New Express Max caplets.
Before taking his team to state for the first time,
go get it, Marcus, go get it.
Coach Gilman used his Cash Rewards credit card from Bank of America to earn 1% cash back everywhere, every time, at places like the batting cages. 2% back at grocery stores, and now at wholesale clubs. And 3% back on gas. which helped him give his players something extra.
It's a little token.
The Cash Rewards credit card from Bank of America. More cash back for the things you buy most.
Hurricane season is here. We'll make sure you're prepared. Watch our hurricane special on our ABC7 app and all our live streaming platforms.
Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, and Roku.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
Looking for carpet? Look no further. Minnesota Flooring has Smart Strand carpet as low as $1.79 per square foot. Installed, no add-ons or extras. Unbelievable? Minnesota Flooring can have in-stock carpet installed in your home in 48 hours for as low as $1.99 per square foot. Don't miss these prices. Visit Minnesota Flooring today.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
The celebration is heating up and the prices just keep getting better during the Jeep Celebration event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Come shop the area's largest selection of Jeep Grand Cherokees or get big savings on a new Jeep Cherokee for as little as $19,999. Stop by today and drive away in a brand new Jeep Compass for just $15,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPV.
Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
Selling your home? Insist on a 3D showcase tour from Gulf Shores Realty. Virtual tours are flat and boring and look more like a slideshow than a tour. A 3D tour from Gulf Shores Realty is like actually walking through the home without the drive. Get instant access to your next home from any device. Multiple views give homebuyers a perspective like no other. For a limited time, mention ABC7 and Gulf Shores Realty will provide a complimentary 3D tour with your new listing.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, as presidential campaigns continue to heat up leading to the election, one candidate coming back to the Suncoast. And voter registration is rising, but are votes being counted? How one Sarasota woman says she had her vote turned down. Plus a major earthquake again striking Italy, and we'll tell you what's being done in the aftermath.
Live from the ABC7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Don Brennan along with John Scalzi. John, did you get your early vote in, or have you voted? Or I guess technically it's none of my business.
Technically, you're right.
Right. When we were kids, you
no,
never
I have
told
not
anybody.
yet. I have not yet. I like to vote as late as possible.
Really? You want to see all the facts. Huh?
What's that?
I said you want to see all the facts
You
before.
just never know what's going to happen. But I've made my decision.
Okay.
And we have our ballots at home, and my wife has voted, so I think that my 91-year-old mother and I will sit down and fill out our ballots together and have it done.
Look at that. Man.
I don't know how we're going to get any sleep, though, on Tuesday night. It's very exciting.
Yes, I'm a little worried about what will happen on election night. Donald Trump
going to be very
and Hillary, both of them going back and forth.
It is. It's like the World Series. It's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. We have some pretty interesting weather for you today. Pretty nice, actually. We'll have some clearer skies and some pleasant conditions, I think, for our trick-or-treaters tonight. Only there won't be much of a moon, so don't expect much moonlight to illuminate the roadways out there. You might take that into consideration for those costumes. If you don't already have them written in stone, which you probably do. Daytime highs will top out in the upper 80s today to near the 90-degree mark. Some places will hit 90, 89 degrees here yesterday. And we'll have a mix of sun and fair weather clouds. As I mentioned, not much in the way of rainfall anticipated today. Complete forecast coming up in a minute, Don.
Thank you, John. Taking a look at Suncoast roadways. A major accident on State Road 64. It's just inside the Manatee County line, right west of the Hardy County line. Right there, it's a fatal hit and run. Lanes are closed in both directions, so you're asked to do a detour. The eastbound traffic, State Road 64, takes South Duet Road north to State Road 62, State Road 62 east to Fort Greene-Ona Road, and then Fort Greene-Ona Road south to State Road 64. Westbound, you go Fort Greene-Ona Road north to State Road 62. State Road 62 west to South Duet Road, and South Duet Road south to State Road 64. To avoid that accident is a fatal hit and run. There's an investigation ongoing, so do be aware of that as you leave the house. It will add some time to your commute if you're in that area. As far as the rest of Manatee County, everything's moving along without any problems, and then Sarasota County too is moving along without a hitch at this point in the morning. As far as the campaign trail is concerned, final efforts by both presidential parties are skyrocketing with nearly a week left until the election, or just over a week. Here's a live look at Washington this morning, where we are following the latest on both Hillary Clinton's and Donald Trump's last stands before America casts their ballot for our next president. Stephanie Ramos has the details.
After the FBI dropped that email inquiry bombshell, Hillary Clinton was on the campaign trail trying to shake it off.
There's a lot of noise and distraction, but it really comes down to what kind of future we want.
Over the weekend, Clinton taking on her opponent, Donald Trump.
It's always Donald Trump first and everyone else last.
And FBI Director James Comey.
Some of you may have heard about a letter that the FBI director sent out yesterday.
That letter sent to lawmakers Friday, where Comey says newly flagged emails were discovered on the laptop of disgraced former Congressman Anthony Weiner, the estranged husband of Clinton's top aide, Uma Abedin. Weiner is under investigation for allegedly sexting a teen. Comey says the emails, which federal agents found weeks ago, should be looked at to figure out if they contain any classified information relevant to the Clinton email probe. Comey making the new review public, even though there is no evidence of wrongdoing by Clinton.
It's pretty strange to put something like that out with such little information right before an election.
The FBI director this weekend began briefing lawmakers who were demanding more details about the new batch of emails. Justice Department officials had advised against alerting Congress, citing department tradition of not talking about ongoing investigations and not doing anything that would be seen as influencing an election in its final days.
We never thought we were going to say thank you to Anthony Weiner.
Criticism of the FBI director continues as the Democratic Senate Minority Leader Harry Reid sends his own letter to James Comey accusing him of being partisan. Stephanie Ramos, ABC News, Washington.
Hillary Clinton coming to Tampa once again. She'll be back tomorrow afternoon outlining what she says she plans to do to create an economy that works for everyone. Clinton is no stranger to Southwest Florida. This rally will be just 6 days since her last visit to Tampa, and the event time and location is yet to be determined, although Joe Biden is supposed to come back Wednesday in her stead as well. Meanwhile, Donald Trump supporters gathered over the weekend to see a member of the Trump family in town, his daughter-in-law, Lara Trump, making a stop in Sarasota as part of the Women for Trump bus tour. Lara is the wife of Donald's son, Eric Trump. Other women, including spokesperson Katrina Pearson and Celebrity Apprentice contestant Omarosa, were also there in support of presidential nominee. Now, all the women say they know Donald personally, and believe he would make a great president.
We want to get out and talk to people, so we're here in Sarasota today visiting our volunteers and really just thanking them and pushing them the last 10 days here.
Lara Trump also defended her father-in-law's raw personality, saying he would make a great president because he does not hide from the truth. In the state of Florida, reports are showing the number of registered voters is rising. The State Division of Elections shows there are more than 929,000 new voters since the last presidential election. Florida now has nearly 13 million registered voters. Democrats account for 38% of those, Republicans 35%, and 24% of the electorate have no party affiliation. The Manatee County Supervisor of Elections says the early voter turnout is also outstanding.
Early voting is going outstanding. We're really hoping that between mail and early voting, by Election Day, we're hoping 50% of Manatee County votes, and we're really encouraging people to get out.
More than 38,000 people have voted so far in Sarasota County. Even with so many voters registered, some locals are running into some issues. This weekend, a trip to an early voting location in Manatee County left one Lakewood Ranch woman furious. When she arrived at the site, she was told she had already voted, even though she had not cast her ballot. Worse than just a mix-up, the voter, Karen Joseph, says she was told that her vote may not even count now.
Me that I could not vote because I had already voted, which I had not. And they said, well, we have in our computer your name and address that your vote had been cast. I did nothing wrong, but I'm being punished for it. I think my vote should count just like everybody else's. If they made the mistake, that's their mistake that they made.
The Supervisor of Elections for Manatee County, who we just heard from moments ago, responded to her issue saying it was an error involving an address change and says all voters in Manatee County, including Joseph, will have their votes recognized. In Charlotte County, new flight schedules are coming that will make it easier for locals to visit Philadelphia. Frontier Airlines began service this weekend from Punta Gorda Airport to Philadelphia. Philly isn't the only new place for travel. Flights to Trenton, New Jersey begin today, and those to Chicago start in a few weeks. Airport officials say they expect Frontier to bring about 8,500 passengers in and out of the airport each month. Now, a dramatic scene at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport caught on camera as a FedEx plane caught fire, temporarily shutting down the airport earlier this weekend. Nicole Ensalada has the story.
I saw the flames of the fire. I saw the trajectory that the plane was coming. It was coming straight from my building. I just thankful that it stopped where it did.
Schneider Bertrand works at a warehouse along runway 10 left and saw the FedEx DC-10 explode, slide, and skid to a stop Friday afternoon at the Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport.
This is where it ended up.
The FAA says the main landing gear collapsed as the plane landed inbound from Memphis, Tennessee.
There was a trail of fire. It was like a fireball, a running fuel fire down the runway leading to the jet.
The two pilots escaped using a rope ladder, and passengers and employees alike captured the immediate aftermath on their cell phones.
Oh my gosh. Saw the black smoke. It was a large cloud of black smoke in the sky. It looked like they came in for a hard landing. Looks like maybe they broke off the left side landing gear. However, that happened, and that caused some sort of fire to have all that smoke.
Broward Sheriff Fire Rescue crews doused the plane with foam. The airport shut down operations.
At this time, all runways are closed.
But within an hour...
Right now, we're back up and running normally, trying to get back into sync with how things were before the incident.
And Schneider Bertrand goes back to work just across the tarmac from the disabled plane.
The runway where that happened actually still had been closed as of last night, but the rest of the airport was running smoothly. Now, new details in the earthquake that shook Italy this weekend. Almost 8,000 people have sought assistance from Italy's Civil Protection Agency, are being housed in hotels and shelters following the earthquake. As we see here, giant boulders are blocking roadways, making it difficult for people to get around and seek help. Thankfully, no one has been killed or seriously injured due to this earthquake, possibly because of a pair of powerful jolts last week had prompted many people to leave their homes. The Civil Protection Agency is still housing about 1,100 people who were left homeless then. That earthquake on August 24th in the same area killed nearly 300 people. Protesters against the pipeline project in North Dakota are getting some moral support from Washington State, with some activists holding a rally in Seattle over the weekend saying they have similar problems in their area.
We too are facing a lot of similar
energy extraction intensive projects that threaten our waterways, especially the Salish Sea and our rivers. So we're also bringing together the issues here in connection with what's going on out there in the Dakotas.
This rally was held at Seattle's West Lake Center. Protesters have been trying to stop the construction of the Dakota Access Pipeline in Morton County for months. They say the project would hurt the environment and destroy some Native American sites. The protest led to clashes with police last week when more than 140 people were arrested. Back in Florida, Zika causing concerns for Halloween celebrations. Miami Beach officials and business owners say they hope Zika won't scare away any Halloween crowds, specifically the Lincoln Road Mall that attracts hundreds of people wearing elaborate costumes, and that's on a normal day. Halloween is even more so. The outdoor shopping area in South Beach falls within 1 or 2 active Zika transmission zones in Miami-Dade County. City spokeswoman Melissa Berthier told the Miami Herald that bottles of mosquito repellent will be offered tonight on Lincoln Road to help address visitor concerns. And a recently released toxicology report on Jose Fernandez reveals that the Marlins star pitcher was legally drunk during a fatal boating accident in September. The 24-year-old had both alcohol and cocaine in his system at the time of the crash. And the September 25th crash off Miami Beach killed Fernandez and 2 acquaintances. Now, 27-year-old Emilio Macias and 25-year-old Eduardo Rivera were with him. The report shows that although Macias and Rivera had alcohol in their systems, neither one was over the legal limit. However, Rivera did test positive for cocaine as well. It's still not clear who was driving the boat, but Fernandez's attorney says he has a witness that was talking on the phone to Fernandez allegedly at the time of the crash. For 108 years, the Chicago Cubs have gone without a World Series championship, but the Indians are pretty hungry for one as well. A win would clinch the first series for the Indians since 1948. Second inning, no score. Jose Ramirez hits a solo shot, giving the Indians a 1-0 lead at Wrigley Field. And on to the fourth inning, same score. Here come the Cubs. Chris Bryant does the same thing Ramirez did. He hits a solo shot, this one tying the game at 1. Then after a double by Anthony Rizzo and a single, Addison Russell hits a slow roller to third. Ramirez can't make the play. Rizzo scores. The Cubs take the lead, a lead they would not relinquish. They went on to win 3-2, getting 8 outs from Aroldis Chapman, the Cuban Missile. So the series now, Indians 3, Cubs 2. Game 6 back in Cleveland tomorrow night. So Indians have 2 chances to win it at home, so that gives them puts them in good stead with the home field advantage. So we'll see what happens.
What was the decibel level inside of that stadium?
It was loud. It was loud. They were cheering for 108 years.
How'd you know? Decent weather for you tonight. For the trick-or-treaters this evening, should be pleasant enough. No really inclement weather coming our way, so that's great news. We'll talk about that forecast in a second.
All right, that is great news. We'll have other news coming up as well.
There was this big bruise on my friend's face. I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to think her own nephew could have hit her.
I didn't want to see it. My mother's bank account was emptied, and a caregiver had taken control of it.
I didn't want to see it. My father's refrigerator. There was hardly anything in it. That's unusual for him.
It's tough to see that a senior citizen is being abused, physically, emotionally, sexually, or financially. Elder abuse is a crime.
So see the signs. Stop the crimes.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Whether you're a homeowner looking for a professional installation or a contractor looking for top quality products, Sarasota Glass and Mirror can meet your every need.
For 42 years, Sarasota Glass and Mirror has been the area's premier supplier and installer of quality glass products for your home or business. As an authorized PGT WindGuard dealer, we know how to protect your home with everything from the PGT WindGuard impact-resistant windows and doors to shower enclosures and decorative mirrors. The Sarasota Glass and Mirror team has the knowledge to tackle any project.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G-Freed has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G-Freed Flooring America. G-Freed Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Are you considering joint replacement or revision surgery? Consider this. Dr. Edward Stolarski has performed thousands of successful joint replacement procedures and trained surgeons from all over the world. Using advanced technologies, Dr. Stolarski is able to perform some of the most complex surgeries.
I wish I knew about Dr. Stolarski much sooner.
After the surgery, I don't have any pain. It's like I've got a 16-year-old hip.
My name's Ed Stolarski. What I really do is I give people back their life.
Schedule a consultation today.
They care. They take the time to understand you, take the time to understand your case.
There's no better satisfaction to me than to see a client who is happy because of the job we've done for them.
It's really actually very comforting to know that there's someone that you've heard of and you're getting recommendations about that you can turn to when you have a problem.
I felt like I had a partner in this, and he was going to be by my side.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Currently, conditions outside are very nice. We have some fairly clear skies out there with a temperature of 69 and a dew point of 64. At 64-degree dew point, again, spelling the difference between a very hot and humid afternoon and a very hot and manageable afternoon. And I think those dew point values staying in the 60s will make it the latter. A manageable heat this afternoon. And it will be a very warm afternoon with temperatures well above the average for this time of year. Hit 89 degrees yesterday, almost the 90-degree mark. And there'll be many locations today that do, in fact, hit the 90-degree mark. 66 Wauchula, 67 Arcadia, 66 Mayaca, 67 Lakewood Ranch, 90 in Venice, Inglewood, Sarasota, 70 Longboat Key, and Punta Gorda coming in at 67. A lot of sunshine in store for you today. In fact, full sunshine for most of the day, and then some fair weather clouds from time to time. We have high, thin clouds that have been with us at times during the overnight because of a trough still existing down around the Florida Straits, producing some rain showers there. The winds aloft kind of riding up and over that frontal boundary, giving us this kind of overriding high, thin clouds. Not really a big issue, plus an active southern branch jet stream, all leading to that little bit of cloud cover that we've had. But now high pressure building in provides us with more sunshine today. We're looking at very quiet roadways. There should be no issues whatsoever. I would say anytime this week, really, with any kind of rain showers marring a commute. I think that as we head into the end of the week, we might see a few more clouds in the sky because we will have an approaching front, but it's not going to produce anything in the way of rainfall for us. High pressure remains our dominant weather feature, and as front number one tries to work its way south, it's pushed out into the Atlantic and kind of falls apart. Front number two does have some slightly cooler air back behind it. It's not going to be a real blast of Arctic air, but it will lower our temperatures a little bit. That'll be here probably Friday night, Saturday morning. You'll definitely feel the effects of it by the weekend, no doubt about that. Winds will generally be out of the northeast again today, and they could be kind of breezy a little bit later on, 15-mile-per-hour winds or something like that. And that's going to make it feel, I think, even more comfortable with that dew point value in the mid-60s. So lots of sunshine, warmer than average, dry skies, nothing that should mar the evening's celebrations with the youngsters outside today. It looks like it'll be mostly sunny. Tomorrow, maybe a few more high-level clouds coming in from the other coast. all in all, some pretty nice weather shaping up for us. Northeast wind at about 15 knots today, and your spectacular forecast calls for clear skies. Now, there won't be much of a moon tonight, so watch out for that. It will be dark out there. Otherwise, we'll look for temperatures that'll generally hover in the low 70s to, low 80s to around the 70-degree mark. And the extended range forecast calls for some pleasant weather in the weekend, maybe some slightly cooler temps. And don't forget, fall back Saturday night, Sunday morning. Back to you.
Thank you, John. Taking a look at Suncoast Roadways, authorities still dealing with that fatal hit-and-run accident on State Road 64. It is blocked in both directions between Taylor Road and Oak Point Drive, just outside or on the line of Manatee County and Hardee County. So be aware of that. As I said, both directions are blocked. Now in downtown Bradenton, everything is looking good. The bridges to and fro Palmetto moving along, 75, 301, and 41 also moving along without any problems this morning. And as you head down into Sarasota County, no issues or delays in all of Sarasota County, all the way down through the southern tip. Now, good news for families in Florida as new data from the U.S. Census Bureau reveals the share of children with health insurance coverage improved to a historic high rate of 95% last year. These coverage gains were widespread across age, income, race, and ethnicity, but the number is not as impressive in Florida. 8% of children are uninsured in the Sunshine State, and that's 284,000 children here in Florida without insurance coverage. The number of uninsured children in the U.S. has been cut almost in half since 2008, which was a period when both the Children's Health Insurance Program Reauthorization Act and the Affordable Care Act were enacted. Have you heard of do-it-yourself braces? Well, it's a trend that caught on among teenagers nationwide, thanks partly to some YouTube videos. And dentists say it's a horrible idea. I think that would be obvious. The trend shows teens using hair bands to make homemade braces. Some videos even show teens using paper clips and super glue. Dentists warn this type of makeshift device could end with you losing your teeth, and there has been reports of infection and disfigurement as well.
I am so horrified and fearful that they are going to do harm to themselves.
Dentists warn that you should never do this type of work yourself. Braces put on by dentists are the safest and best way to make any changes to your teeth. And stay with us. We'll be right back with more news after this.
ABC7's My Suncoast News app is better than ever with a brand new design that's faster and easier to use. Download our free My Suncoast News app on your mobile device at your app store of choice.
Powered by the Eye Associates, providing sight for life.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, you'll always get the most for your money. More years, more miles, more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. And right now, you can lease the most award-winning small SUV on the planet. A new 2017 Subaru Forester for just $209 a month. Or get 0% financing. Complimentary maintenance included at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little Sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
Gold fever has once again swept the nation, and everyone is rushing to Florida to strike it doubly rich. Introducing the $5 million Gold Rush Doubler. We're doubling cash prizes for over $752 million in payouts, and 36 prizes from $1 million to $5 million. The Florida Gold Rush is on. The Florida Lottery, just imagine.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPV.
Christmas Traditions by LuxArt Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by LuxArt Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today.
Welcome back, everybody. Here's what's coming up on our 6 o'clock hour. A manhunt in Oklahoma for a murder suspect comes to a very abrupt end after 8 days. And also, a benefit concert will be held tonight in Palmetto in honor of 11-year-old Janiyah Thomas. She's a little girl whose body was found in a freezer last year. Now, there'll be plenty of tricks and treating today. We'll have a rundown of what's happening all day today, so stay tuned for news coming up. And also, a university in California threw a Halloween bash for children with hearing impairments. Now, the event had all the traditional games and candy, but was done by students and volunteers who study American Sign Language. The entertainment focused on visuals, and the party was the first of its kind organized by William Jessup University, but organizers are hoping, obviously, to continue this very successful event for the next, well, into them forever, if they can, next year for sure.
Great.
That is great. That's awesome to see. And they had a lot of fun. Got prizes, costume contests, all kinds of stuff happening.
Nice. Oh, there it is.
It's going to be spooky when we come back. It's 5:56, and we will have more news and Halloween happenings coming up.